Hey guys! If you've been looking into becoming an actuary and you've seen the thousands of hours that it takes to become a real, true fellow of the insert actuarial society here, and you think to yourself, how am I gonna have a social life if I have to do all that studying? Well, I have passed 9 actuarial exams, 1 course on professionalism, 2 online courses, 3 BEs, and I'm studying for my 10th actuarial exam. So I can't really tell you how your social life is gonna go, but I can tell you about how my social life has gone. And so that's what we're gonna do today. But as always, this is a live stream. We're going live every day in April. So for those of you watching live, feel free to leave comments. And for those of you watching in playback, feel free to leave comments down below and with questions, concerns, whatever. And we can chat in the comments later or on a later live stream. Ho ho ho. So, first thing I wanted to address is the fact that people think that actuaries in general are boring. And while this may be true for individual actuaries, in general, the actuaries that I know, meaning the people I went to university with, the people that I work with, are awesome, cool, fun people. Most of them are like extroverted, or a lot of them are extroverted, go out, they play sports, they run at lunch, they go and to hockey games, they go to the bars after work and watch soccer. Like, they do all sorts of really cool, fun things, and they're very animated, fun people. So I'm not really 100% sure where this actuaries aren't fun people stereotype came from. Maybe because we're like numbers people. I would consider myself to be one of the more boring people in my office, not personality-wise. I got myself a personality, but like, in terms of a social life, they're much more into going out to parties and drinking and whatever. Like, y'all know I don't drink, but I go out occasionally just to try. Like, I'm much more into a lunch, or like once after work we went to a spa. A bunch of the girls in the office. That's my socializing, but like partying, not so much. But all these activities and fun usually happen most of the time in between study periods or once you're a fellow, which is just a reality of life, a reality of existence. So when you are actually studying, is it true that you have no social life? Now, I'm not gonna speak for 100% of the people. I'm not even gonna throw out statistics because all of them would be made up. But I can talk for me, I can talk for what I've seen. And the truth is that yes, studying takes up a ton of your time. They recommend 100 hours of studying per hour of exam. So most exams are 3 or 4 hours, and so that means you're expected to study between 300 and 400 hours. Generally, I aim to do about like 100 hours a month. I don't actually time out my hours, but that adds up to a ton of time. And for me personally, I find it very hard to do other fun things when I'm supposed to be studying because I feel bad about it. Recently, I've gotten better because I'm able to say, okay, look, I need to take time off. I need to decompress. I'm not going to feel guilty about taking a night and going out with friends. However, this is also dependent on how far away you are from your exam. Like, I'm not making plans with friends for the next couple weeks because my exam is in 2 weeks and 3 days. So, you know, it depends on where you are in your exam process. One thing that I've done, like, even throughout, not this exam period, but I think I did it over 2 or 3 sessions, was every Tuesday I was taking ballet classes. And for me, I found this very helpful because I was like, Tuesday nights, I'm not going to feel guilty about studying. I'm doing something that's good for my body. I'm doing something that's good for my mind. And it's good to just schedule it and I don't know if the right word is like compartmentalize, but like segregate and say, this is a good time for me to be able to do things. Like, I have coworkers who say Friday nights, they do not study, they go out with friends because that's their night to chill. For me, I can't do that because I study best first thing in the morning, so I need a good night's sleep. So I can't do any late night, let's go out and have fun while I'm studying unless I'm working the next day, and so I don't have to have a fresh, well, okay. I find it easier to work after a night out versus study after a night out because I find that if you have a night out in the morning when you're tired and groggy and your brain just doesn't absorb as much information, but it's easier to like do the mindless work sometimes. Parts of the job are mindless. That's all good. One thing that my mom likes telling me that I sometimes agree with, sometimes don't, is that when you're studying, it's good to give yourself non-study things to do. Like, at this time I have to go out with friends, or at this time I have to do this, or whatever. And that way it helps you focus more, because you say, I know that at 4 I can't study anymore, so I gotta go and study. And so that's kind of just, it helps me sometimes. Sometimes I just end up doing less studying, but that's kind of a mental state that you can kind of get in. The nice thing about actuarial exams is you put so much of your life and so much of your energy into these exams, right? Like, I've been studying for 3.5 months for this exam. Like, this exam is my soul. It is my being. And every time that I finish an exam, it is like New Year's all over again. Like, I set resolutions. It's an opportunity to set a New Year's resolution every time you finish an exam. Because what really is a New Year's resolution? It's just you trying to say, okay, fresh start, what are things I want to change about my life? Well, when you're studying, chances are you're spending half your time going, when I'm done, I'm gonna learn this, and I'm gonna do this with my friends, and I'm gonna work out and eat better and whatever, you know, classic New Year's resolution stuff, which is what I think every single time. And then after my exam is over, I am always changing my life, you know? It depends how much time I have between exams. Recently, I've been doing 4 months on, 2 months, so 4 months of studying, 2 months off, 4 months of studying, 2 months off. So for my like 2-month mid-study period, I find that I really make the most of it, or I try to. Whereas I say a lot of the time that even if I weren't studying, I would still be indoors most of the time without seeing my friends. But on the 2-month period where I'm not studying, I make the most of it and I say, okay, I need to see all my friends as many times as I can. And I find that it like rejuvenates me and it makes me want to do more things. Like, there was one study period where I was like, I need to start dating again, because I was like very single. And I was like, I can't start dating when I'm studying. That's just not gonna work out. And I had my exam the last week of October, and the first week of November, I started dating a guy that I dated for 3 months. Like, I was on the ball. I mean, you know, I was like, this is what I need in my life. This is what I'm gonna do. I found it, and I ended up breaking up with that guy. Like, not exclusively because it was a month into studying and I realized that spending time with him wasn't worth as much as spending time on studying, but like part of it. I know it's cold, but like, if I really loved him, would studying have kept us apart? Probably not. So, you know, oh gosh, I'm admitting things and this is live, so we can't edit it out. All right, let us look into the comments and see what people have been saying. Timothy says, hey, and Koa says, hi, Michelle, and Shiraj says, Lita, hi, and Nutella says, hello, and Tabello says, hello, guys, and Maurice says, the irony of me watching this whilst I'm behind for my exam starting next week. You know what? Study breaks are the best. The problem is, I don't use study breaks to socialize a lot of the time, because I find that like socializing is just too emotionally draining, or not emotionally draining, but just like the idea of it, of planning it and having to go see people and not being able to control 100% of it because there's another person in the mix, that I don't end up socializing. Like, I like controlling my breaks. So going for a walk, I can always, you know, turn around and go home. Or taking a bath, I can just get out the bath, or start watching YouTube videos. I can stop watching YouTube videos. Did you hear that joke? Did you guys get it? Did you laugh? Stop watching YouTube videos? Do you ever do that where you're like, I'm gonna just take this break, I'm just gonna watch like a 5-minute video, and then somehow it's 40 years later, you've got 3 kids you've never met before because you're still watching videos. Truth. Tabelli says, I know, her videos are so addictive. I'm in South Africa and it's midnight and I'm watching. You're watching me from South Africa? Gosh, I'm like stealing MJ's audience. You guys know MJ, the student actuary? He's my bro. I mean, not my bro. I don't know him, but he's in South Africa, and I'm stealing his audience. South Paw Pitcher says, take an FM in June. Good luck. Good luck to you. And Nutella says, what do you do on your study breaks? So I actually, a lot of the time what I do is I use this notebook. You'll see it's from 2006, I think. But I bought it at the beginning of like 2006, and then I didn't end up using it. So what I'll do is I'll just take whatever page, I'll cross off the date that actually is in it, and I'll just write that day's date, because I don't plan out every single day of my life. I plan out like some study days. And so what I'll do, we're gonna example this. I'm gonna cross it out and I'll say like, fake day. Gosh. And then I'll be like, okay, this is the studying that I want to do. And I'll make little boxes. And then as the day goes on, I'll check them off. And then what I do is over here, I put options for my study breaks. Now, none of my options involve YouTube or Netflix. Yet somehow that always sneaks in. Netflix less so recently, because I find that it's just too long of a commitment, whereas YouTube, it's a shorter commitment. But the things that I usually put are shower and or bath. Like I find that when my brain is getting foggy and I just start taking when I take a shower, it really just refreshes me and helps wake me up. Or a bath when I'm like stressed out and I need to relax. My side story, because we can't talk in one direction. The day before an actuarial exam, I always take a bubble bath because I find it just relaxes me and helps put me in a good mood, and we can't break the, you know, it's a tradition now. But back to what I do on study breaks. I try going for walks, I find is very nice. Usually I don't like walking aimlessly, so there are two like shopping malls, but like really lame shopping malls near my house. So I'll either walk to one of those and just like wander through the dollar store or go to the grocery store or like the pharmacy. Like there's nothing exciting, but you know, it's just a destination. Other things I do, sometimes I'll live stream or film a YouTube video. Sometimes I will just like, I'll set random things that I want to do. Maybe I'll do a craft or whatever. Like the more the merrier. But some people I think are really motivated by being able to see their friends. And so if you are the kind of person who's able to study during the day and go out at night, power to you. Moray says, it's 11 at night here in Scotland. Oh, you're from Scotland. I want to go to Scotland just so that I can hear the accents. Is that bad of me? I have a thing for like UK accents just in general. I know there's not one, I know there's a whole bunch, but like the majority of them just make me really excited. I have a thing, this has nothing to do with actuarying, maybe we'll get back to actuarying after, but I have a thing for accents from English-speaking countries who don't sound like me. Like the French accent or the Spanish accent of them speaking in English, like less so, but like England, Ireland, Scotland, Australia, like English-speaking countries. The southern United States, just saying. Fun fact about me, guys. Facts you never cared about. Or did you? I don't know. Right now, I just got home from work, and I am gonna have dinner after this, and then maybe I'll even pretend to study for a little bit. So that would be cute. Ben says, what have been the best supplemental study guides you've used? They're all great. None of them sponsor me, so I don't know. I think that ADAPT is really good for your preliminary exams. I really loved it for MFE. Like, I thought that was really key for MFE. I loved it less for C. I only used it for those two. ASM I really liked. I liked all 10. You know, it's just like a mix of whatever you like. Some people don't, a lot of people don't like all 10. There's a whole bunch out there. Murray says, don't worry, Scottish accents are the best of them all. Oh my gosh, okay. Now we need to pretend like I know what a Scottish accent sounds like, and then we need to try it. Scottish? Scottish? I think that's a really good example of a Scottish accent. I think we should all be proud of me. Scottish? I think I just offended everyone. Not just Scottish people. Like, everyone in the planet was just like, ooh, girl, no, you need to stop. Maybe one day I'll learn how to do accents. Not today. Anyway, the moral of the story is, can you have a social life when you're studying for actuarial exams? Yeah, I think you need to take advantage of the time that you have in between exams. And also, I think that, like, you need to prioritize studying. I think that at the end of the day, studying does take up a ton of your time. But the good news is that when you're a fellow and you're done all your exams, like maybe me in a little bit, then I can have all the friends. You guys, I'm gonna have so many friends, except not because I want to move to a new city, and I'm gonna know nobody, and then I'm gonna have 0 friends. You guys will be my friends. Nutella says, try an Irish accent. I need a sentence now. Irish? You see, I can do an Irish accent. I would really like to be able to do an Irish accent, but I can't really do it because Ireland, potatoes? Did I just offend everyone again? No, maybe. I don't know. Nutella says, try a Canadian accent. You're welcome. I'm full-blown Canadian, guys. Like, born, raised, yeah. Extra. I don't know. I feel like the stereotypical Canadian accent is just people saying sorry and a boot. I've never said a boot in my life. I mean, I have, jokingly. It's good. Anyway, thank you for watching. You guys are amazing. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, fears, things you want me to talk about, feel free to leave a comment down below and I will get to it, maybe if you're polite about it. But you guys are polite people, most of the time, usually. If you're watching to this far in the video, y'all are great. I love you. Thank you for calling. Bye-bye. You guys are fun. Thanks.